Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the Brownwood Lions Coach Show here on KOXC. I am Derek Stuckley, along with Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director Sammy Burnett on this rainy Wednesday. How are you today, sir?
Boy, we can't get it right with the weather, can we? It's either going to be freezing cold and icy, or it's going to be sunny and warm for a couple of days, and then it's going to get rainy and cold, and then it's going to get cold, and then it's going to start raining again. Every time I listen to Randy Turner do the forecast, I'm dumbfounded. Crazy Texas weather, and I wonder why everybody's so sick.
Yeah, it was nice and chilly at the soccer game last night.
And windy.
And windy.
Very windy.
The wind is what made it chilly, but anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's start with the FCA All-Star selections were recently announced.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Really am. You know, we got a lot of participants. You know, I was blessed for the opportunity to coach a football team a couple years ago. And really enjoyed it. You know, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of organization that has to go into place with the FCA. They do a great job of that, meeting your kids, going through the banquet stuff and all that, and spent a week with those kids. And it was really fun opportunity for me as a coach to build a relationship with a bunch of kids in the big country area. I enjoyed it tremendously. And so now, even more so, I encourage our kids to participate. You know, we try not to recommend kids or nominate kids that don't want to participate, so I run through and make sure that those kids want to do it. But, man, what a great showing we have. I now just run through them. Girls golf, Haley Martindale will represent us. In baseball, Taylor Besson, Campbell Gilmore, and Case Markham will be playing on the baseball group. Girls basketball, Maddie Powell. Boys basketball, Luke Gray and Tristan Salinas. Volleyball, Ivis Alvarado and Cassidy Wooten. Football, Braden Dobb, Slade Espinosa, and Chance Jones. And Brownwood cheer will be Madeline De Leon. So congratulations to those girls and boys for that opportunity. They will enjoy every minute of it. I think it's great for them. And also on the coaching side, Allie Eaton will coach volleyball, and Brian Harris will coach baseball. So we have some representatives in the coaching staffs as well. I'm excited about that. Hopefully I can get out and watch some of those things, you know, like they do baseball in San Angelo and basketball's here, and then, of course, football is and volleyball is in Abilene. So hopefully my schedule will be cleared enough that I can go watch some of those kids participate. But what an honor for them to get to compete in the FCA All-Stars. It's neat, you know, but I wish that was something that they did when I was in school, because that would have been an honor to get to be a part of that. But that's a big deal, and I'm really proud of the representation of our kids and our coaches that we have in it this year.
Yeah. I think that's June 4th through the 10th. Of course, like you mentioned, basketball's here in Brownwood. That's still going to be at the high school this year?
I would assume so, yes. I mean, they'll hit us up about it, and we treat them well, so I think that they'll probably continue there.
All righty. Well, let's talk about some action that took place last night for Brownwood sports.
Yeah, soccer played at home against Salado. Very good Salado team, and our kids played well. We lost the match 2-1. Had a chance late with, I can't remember how much time, late in the fourth.
About a minute to go.
Yeah, about a minute to go. We kicked a goal from the right side. I think it was Caleb Nelson. I'm not exactly sure. I might have missed it. But, boy, it was a shot, and I thought it was in the back corner of that net. It went by the goalie, and it hit the goal, the up post on the goal. And, man, I just thought it was in from my angle, but it didn't go in. But those kids fought hard. I thought it was a great game. Just watching our boys and to see how much they have progressed over the last 2 years under Coach Westerman's tutelage is exciting to me. They're playing hard. They're playing as a team, and they play with passion and they're physical. So even though it was a loss, it was a close game, and, you know, they scored a goal that ricocheted off our goalie, but then they also got a penalty kick, which was sort of frustrating to me because there was a lot of things going on in that game that they didn't call, but they called a penalty kick on us, and they were fortunate to make that, and that was the difference in the game. But I tip my hat to the boys and Coach Westerman and what they're doing right now. They're playing with a lot of confidence.
What else do we have yesterday?
Golf, first round golf for our guys. It was difficult for them as a cold, you know, rainy, drizzly day. They hadn't got to play much golf because of the freeze and all that. But we took, I think, 9 kids over, and the top team was Sir Jones, Caleb Walker, Caleb Mottawell, Hudson Reagan, and Slade Espinosa. Jones shot a 77. Walker and Mottawell shot a 79. Reagan and Espinosa shot a 81, which was a tie for first against Marble Falls. They went to a one-hole shoot-off, so they took those 5 guys. took the combined scores of those 5 guys on that one hole, and we were edged out by Marble Falls, so we placed second, but a good showing for our guys. Also, played yesterday, freshman Will Stewartson and Peyton Sharp. Andrew Bourne played. Grant Gray played for the first time. He's been basketballing it, but he's able to go yesterday. And then one that we haven't got out yet is Luke Gray, both brothers. But we plan on them having 2 teams, and our goal is to try to qualify maybe the regionals with 2 teams. I think they're very capable. Luke's a senior, Grant's a sophomore, Andrew's a senior, and then Will and Peyton are both freshmen. But I've been out to the golf course a couple of times. I've been able to ride around with Coach Jones just to watch them and get an eye on how they're doing. And, boy, they really strap the ball. They hit it a long ways. And, of course, that first 5 of Walker, Jones, Motowell, Reagan, and Espinosa, boy, they can really hit the ball a long ways, and they got a lot of potential. What's neat about that is the positions on those teams can change. Coach Jones has a format. He does a lot of things with them. It's really neat. I like to go out there on certain days. I ask them what they're doing because there's strategy in everything that they do. They don't just go to the range and hit balls and then go play. He has some kind of scenario set up for them that they'll face in a match that they go work on, and sometimes I go out and watch that. But he also does a playoff with them. They play so many holes, and they turn their scores in just like they played a tournament, and he'll take those lowest totals, and those guys that are in the top 5 will go with the first group, and those guys that aren't in the top 5 will play in the second group. But who knows? You go to a tournament with 10 guys, one group may beat the other group, and it's going to be fun to see. And they got a lot of potential, so I'm excited about that. The girls, I didn't get the results for the girls. Talked to Coach Wilson, and I'll do a better job of getting those from him. But, they're led by Haley Martindale, who's played with us a couple of years now. She's a senior. I know River Jones plays, is doing well. I think she shot an 81 or 87 in her first event. So I'll get more information on the girls, and I'll try to get to see them a little bit so that I can give a better report on them. But excited about both boys and girls, and our numbers are growing in that sport as well, so that's exciting.
Yeah, first tournament out, and when your highest score is an 81,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's usually a sign of a good season coming.
Yeah, and they're playing in conditions where there's no grass, so there's tight lies, and tight lies are hard to hit off of anyway. But then you take a soggy surface, ground that's wet, and if you don't pick that ball just right and make perfect contact, you're probably not going to score very well. But for our highest score in that first group to be 81, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. What else we have yesterday?
I think that was it for yesterday, right? Baseball report. Baseball did go to, that was Monday. They went to Lampasas. They were down 6-0, had some errors, just some minimal mistakes on defense, and went down 6-0, but wound up responding and came back and won that thing 11-6. Got some great leadership in baseball. Taylor Besson's a senior. Owen Huntsinger's a senior that's going to go out there and do well, leading the group. Then you have a handful of experience with the juniors with Gavin on the mound, and you have Cole Miller on the mound, and you have David Turner, and you have Logan Posey. I mean, good. You got Case Markham that's a senior, so they're bringing back a lot of experience, and there's some kids that that are up and comers that haven't had varsity experience that coach is seeing that can make hands. Maybe Noah Garcia and a couple of those other guys that I think we're going to field a pretty good team, and they really have high expectations, like I said before, and they feel they have a chance to play for a district title, so that's big as well. Was going to have an opportunity to watch softball today, but that game's been canceled. That scrimmage has been canceled because of weather. We're going to try to play that thing on Thursday, so softball will be in action against early Thursday with the varsity playing at 4:30 and the JV playing at 6. We also have girls soccer at Salado today. That's going on right now. They've moved that game from Monday to Tuesday, or from Tuesday to Wednesday because of the fact that there was going to be a lot of lightning in Waco and Salado area yesterday. So I'll get some results later today on that. And then powerlifting will go tomorrow at Comanche starting at 4 o'clock. We've got a lot of participants in that. We have our boys track team going to Abilene High, running in just sort of a practice type meet over there with them. That'll be great competition. Abilene always has great athletes, so that'll be neat to see those guys get out there and perform for the first time. Softball will be at Lampasas at 4:30 and 6:30. Baseball will host Abilene Cooper at Morris Southall Field at 6:30 on Friday. We have basketball versus Glen Rose in the gym at 4:30 boys. And then we'll have girls and boys soccer at Stephenville on Friday, starting at 5:30 with the girls and 7 with the boys. And also tennis will be heading to Fort Worth to play a match up there.
All right. Also, next week we got some girls basketball playoff action coming up.
Looks like we're going to wind up playing Lubbock Estacada. We'll play them at Sweetwater on the 14th, which is Tuesday at 6 o'clock. The boys' game has been moved to Monday against Mineral Wells in Mineral Wells for the 13th of Monday the 13th, sorry, so that we don't have a conflict in schedule. We can get as many people to head over to Sweetwater to watch that game as possible. Talking to Coach Parker today, there's a lot of scenarios that can happen on the boys' side basketball-wise. There's a chance we could have 4 teams tied and maybe have some form of playoffs to see who gets in. But the bottom line is that if we win one of the last 2 games against Mineral Wells or against Glen Rose, we'll be in, and we'll let everybody else take care of themselves. So big game for the boys when they play Mineral Wells. So
yeah, and I think Glen Rose beat Stephenville last night, so that keeps us clear of everybody for second place right now.
That's right. So it could be real hairy if we just don't take care of our business. Bottom line, we won one of the last 2, and we're in.
Right. All right. Let's see. I think we touched on everything. Anything football related you want to mention? I know we talked about that some Monday. Anything else you want to talk about football?
No, just working on scrimmages and the schedule for next year. We just flop sites with our freshmen and JV and varsity, and then working on times of starts. We like to start our games at 7:30 at home. Sometimes other schools like to play at 7. So I'm working those things out in scrimmage times. Going to be real close to the same. The difference is, next year we have 6 home games, which it was tough on us this year with only 4, but it sort of works out that way sometimes. But next year we'll be blessed to have 6 home games. So I'm working on that. And then, off-season wise, had a chance to get our second phase started. And those mats, man, they build character in kids and they build toughness. And I talked to the kids yesterday, and I'm talking from juniors to sophomores in the 5th period class, and then your freshmen and junior high kids that we bring over, the 8th graders are going to be freshmen next year, to get them acclimated to how we do things at the high school. Just watching them and the way they perform, is it perfect and what we want? No, we'll never be perfect, and it'll never be the way we want. But I tell you what, our kids are working extremely hard. They're pushing themselves. They're pushing each other. They're encouraging each other. It's exactly what we want to see, that things that we've been working on for years. When we came back and started here at Brownwood, to see it just sort of come to fruition in our off season is exciting. I had a chance to talk to the 8th graders and the freshmen. They really struggled through the mats and through the plyos and the agility part of it, and it's tough on them, and it's hard. And if it was easy, everybody would do it. But I just encourage them, because what they do have is heart, and what they do have is dedication, and they're trying the best they can. Eventually they'll get there if they keep that mindset and keep feeding that inner self that says I can do it, and not the one that wants to quit on us. It's that, I tell them all the time, friendly competition is important, but the battle that you have with yourself, the biggest competitor you ever face in life is yourself. You're either going to tell yourself you can do it or you can't, and you got to win, that part that says I can, and our kids are really striving for that. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see, how they grow and develop from freshmen to sophomores to juniors, and juniors to seniors, and that sort of helps us when, you're looking on the offensive side of the ball. We're replacing 10 positions. But sure have an open book right now on who that possibly can be, and the more kids that we can get on the field and play, the better off our team is. The fewer amount of two-way starters we have, the better we'll be. So as close as we can get to that, we'll try to do. But what I see right now, the book's open. I don't care what classification you're in. If you have the desire and you put in the work and you're dedicated and you get stronger and faster and you focus on the things that we're asking you to do, you're going to have an opportunity to play on Friday nights, and that's all you can ask for. So I'm really encouraged by it. I'm excited. Our coaching staff is excited because our kids are taking ownership, and they understand delayed gratification, and they know they have to work now to have a bright tomorrow. And I'm excited about that, too, because we live in a world that wants everything given to you and nothing needs to be earned. We still feel you got to earn everything you get, and our kids are taking that mentality into their work every day. And I'm excited to see the excitement that they have, knowing that they're fixing to work hard, but they're willing to do it, and they're fighting through it. And I don't think we can be in a better place right now.
All right. Well, that all sounds very good. Anything else you want to mention today, Coach?
Yeah, let's thank those that make this show possible, of course. Auto Glass Magic, Burner Auto Group, Syntex Body and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Containers, Dr. Bond Young, Dr. Pepper Bonding Company, Edward Jones Investment, Hendrick Medical, Howie Enterprises, Hunt for Pete's, Heartland Funeral Home, Landmark Admin, MC Bank, Painter & Johnson Associates, Smith & Sharp Agency, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, Weldon Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willie's Teas.
All right. Well, you have more.
But
There's
before
more.
we go,
There's more.
my man Kyle Busch did finish third.
If you're not first, you're last.
Hey, but he was last when he got spun out, but he came back and got the third in the clash. But here's the thing, she's upset because her guy finished behind my guy.
Oh.
So there's that. But yet also we have a little Super Bowl prediction?
Oh, yeah, we do. That is this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, you want me to go first?
You go right ahead.
Well, you know I can't stand the Philadelphia Eagles.
Me either.
Can't stand them. They're a good football team, that's for sure. And the Kelsey brothers are going to play against each other. Probably one of the best centers in the league is the Kelsey guy for Philadelphia. But also one of the best tight ends in the league is Kelsey at Kansas City. But I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to put my neck out there. I'm taking Kansas City.
Say Kansas City. To be different, I'll go with Philadelphia, and we can put a shiny quarter on it.
I got a quarter. I got a quarter.
I don't know if mine's shiny.
I'm going to have 50 cents when this is over. But yeah, I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes.
I hope you do.
I'll tell you what, I give the Eagles credit. They're a good football team.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be in the Super Bowl if they weren't, of course. But Kansas City's got that experience. They have guys that played in it before. It's been a while since the Eagles have won it, so I'm going to go with Kansas City.
I like that pick, but I'll just be ornery and go with
all right, we'll do it.
All right, well, we'll review that Monday and a bunch of Lions and Lady Lions sports here on KOXE, KOXE.com, the KOXE app, and the KOXE Facebook pages.
Stay warm, stay dry, and have a great day, Brownwood.